Hi and welcome back to the channel. So today we are having a look at EastWest Sounds ICONIC, playable instruments from the original creators of the world's best-selling songs. There's not a huge amount in this one. It's a bit sparse compared to a lot of the other ones, but unveil the magic behind the world's most beloved songs with our brand new synth collection ICONIC. So programmed by the synth mastermind behind Michael Jackson's Thriller, ICONIC celebrates the synths and keys that shaped the soundtracks of our lives, sampling rare synths like the ARP 2600, the Minimoog Model D, Oberheim OB-X, the Sequential Prophet 5, the CS-80 and the Synclavier II. We have skillfully recreated some of the most iconic sounds in music history and turned them into playable instruments, supercharged with incredible new features that will allow you to transform these historic sounds into modern masterpieces. Your main layout, there only is kind of one page normally in Opus, so you've got an XY pad and 4 kind of different settings that you can play around with that. It's not quite as exciting as Forbidden Planet, but then I think they kind of peaked with Forbidden Planet. Watch the walkthrough. So that trailer was the intro to this walkthrough, so I'll leave a link to this in the description so you can play the whole thing. So Ryan Thomas goes through ICONIC in a lot more detail than I will be doing. So classic synth design modernized for a new era. So ICONIC's user interface centers around an XY pad with 4 selectable macro effects, and they are Stutter, Dream, Space and Grit. So blending a vintage knob per function design with sleek modern styling, all of ICONIC's controls are easily accessible. Yes, well, they're all there. There's just like one page. These ICONIC synth sounds from the dual filters that can be modulated and advanced 16-step ARP, multi-mode, portamento, glide and a bevy of effects to widen, pulse, distort, delay and spatialize the final sound. So there's a lot of flashing pluses, so we might as well press on some of them. Lyrical leads and basses, so enable portamento to dial in pitch slides between 2 notes. 16-step ARP featuring velocity scaling, synth and unsynced rates, swing, gate, random and more. You've got auto pan, stereo doubling as well. Harmonically rich, with drive produce everything from added warmth and texture to extremely aggressive noise by driving the signal through one of 3 types. So you've got bit crusher, distortion and fuzz. Dual filter design, so you have dual filters and up to 3 selectable filter type. Macro effects mayhem, select between 4 macros, stutter, dream, space and grit, then control 2 or more parameters simultaneously by moving the XY control. Modulation sources, LFO, envelope and velocity, depth and dimension. So you've got ensemble, chorus and the phaser. And then you have got space and time. So EP1 delay is an emulation of the prized Echoplex magnetic tape delay. So that is the flashing pluses. It's a bit subtle, I have to say. So with ICONIC features synths and sounds used in classic songs that have sold hundreds of millions of copies. It's not stuck in any time period. After recording these rare synths in EastWest Studio, the producers also sent the sounds to analog tape machines and pushed them to levels to create tape saturation and harmonic distortion for an alternative modern sound. So let's have a look at the synth lineup. You are getting sounds from the ARP 2600, which came out in, what's that saying, 1971. You've got the Synclavier II from 1979. And the classic Jupiter 8 from 1981. Sequential Prophet 5 from 78. And the CS-80 from 1977, and you know that is one of my favourite synths of all time. The Minimoog Model D from 1970, the Oberheim OB-X from 79, and it is the first of Oberheim's OB series and has become a revered instrument. And it is massive. The Fender Rhodes, doesn't say what year that came out. Over 500 presets made for pop, hip hop and EDM. So the ICONIC release includes all these synth instruments plus hundreds of presets inspired. When you buy ICONIC, you will also get Beyond ICONIC expansion pack, alright, which includes hundreds of presets geared towards the contemporary pop, hip hop and EDM. Right, both ICONIC and Beyond ICONIC expansion pack are available for purchase. Alright, okay, cool. I didn't know that. ICONIC is not associated with any artist, band or production team. No samples from existing works are featured in this product. Rather, it features recreations of sounds using the same or similar synths and program as the original inspirations. Right, so what will you create? So ICONIC brings the magic of the world's most beloved songs right to your fingertips. Created by synth mastermind Anthony Marinelli. ICONIC allows you to enjoy these classic sounds in their purest form or twist and turn them into modern masterpieces with unparalleled new controls. Add in the Beyond ICONIC expansion pack and you'll be able to take on any genre from any decade. Right, and let's just see how much it is. So it's not too bad actually, this one. So it's on offer for $119, which is £89 or €104, and it is normally at $299. So you are saving quite a bit. In fact, more than 50% saving. And that includes the perpetual license to ICONIC, 524 instruments, and the EastWest Opus player and mixer effects and MIDI tools. And obviously you also get this as part of Composer Cloud as well. So anyway, so that's it kind of for the intro to ICONIC. Let's get it open and let's see what it sounds like and how it looks. Here we are eventually in ICONIC, and so this is all my Composer Cloud stuff. So you can see I have everything that they produce, and anything that new comes out normally I get within a day or so. The first thing that I'm having a problem with, normally if I go to something that I haven't downloaded, see the Hollywood harp, you see there's all the cloud symbols, and that means that I haven't downloaded anything. If I go to ICONIC, that has gone, and all I've got is stars. Now the ones that are kind of marked, these are the ones that I have actually downloaded. So I don't know if this is something to do with the update, or so it seems like once you download one, it's been kind of losing the cloud symbols. So, and it's the same for every type. So the leads, the organs, the pads, the plucks, the pulleys. So I've got to mark it as a favorite. I don't know what's happened, and I don't know if it's because of the update, or I'll speak to EastWest about it, because I had a problem with Ancient Kingdom as well, because I couldn't find the library and I had to, it just wouldn't show up, and I had to delete some files. So and it's eventually showed up. So, and like I said, you can see that that's the same. There's no cloud symbols at all because I've downloaded a few of those to test out. So the categories are, you've got ARPs. You've got 39 of those, bass, 100 bass, keys, you've got 38, leads, 99, organs, 7, pads, 140, plucks, 8, pulleys, 66, and synth effects, 27. So there are a fair amount of presets. So I'll load in the first ARP and it'll let you see. So ARP gate. So we'll load in this one, and I have downloaded it. So it has ARP 1 and ARP 2. So if we go to play, and this is the main screen. And as I kind of mentioned, it's not quite as exciting as Forbidden Planet, but it does have this XY pad, Stutter, Dream, Space, and Grit. So we'll see what the ARP sounds like. So it's the ARP sections up here. So it's basically just set to up and 2 octaves on 1/16. So for instance, we could change this to up and down and 3 octaves. Put some swing on and take the gate down and put stereo double on. That is the kind of ARP section. So like I said, you've got latch and skip, and you can just randomize these, so you can reset it. So that is randomize and create a new pattern. And you can put auto pan on as well. That said, auto pan, stereo double, the ring mod, and the drive, and you've got things like bit crusher, distortion, and fuzz, so we could put some fuzz on. And then you've got your amp envelope and your mod envelope, and then you've got your filters, LFO, and step sequencer, and the chorus and the phaser. So the chorus is on for this one. You got delay and reverb, and there is a ton of reverbs, as you can see. The only problem is that it's about 6 point. So yeah, that's a bit difficult for me to see, especially in that kind of color. Anyway, that's just my awful eyesight. Kind of Opus browser, you've got your player, your MIDI tools, and your automation. And like I said, there's only a few things mapped. I'm using my S61, and I have mapped the 15 and 16 are the only thing that kind of auto mapped, and the expression and the mod wheel. So I've mapped volume and the pan to this, and I've created an iconic MIDI template. And then you've got the perform section, you've got your MIDI tools, your instances, and your zones. So you can see that's the 2 zones. So if you've watched Forbidden Planet and the other ones, you'll kind of get an idea of how this works. So I'm just going to demo some of the ARPs, and then I'm go through some of these other ones, and then we'll so you've got Bright Lights, Bad Omen, Hungry Like a Fox, I Need a Hero, The Fall of the House, Raccoon City, and then we've got basses, and there are, I said 100 basses. Load up the first bass, the 2099, and as you can see there, it's got 2 CC15 controls, if you look over here, it is the LFO sync rate, and then CC16 is controlling the cutoff. Automatically set to those. So that's 8, 16 dotted, and then right up to 32. The cutoff. Unfortunately, there's no global mapping, so if I want to assign the other cutoff, for instance, so I'll do that to say CC20. If I change presets, I'll lose that. So it's a bit of a shame. Got Dream and Space as well. So Dream is if we. So that is adjusting the auto pan spread you see over here. So this is CC15, and then 16 is adjusting the reverb mix, which is down here. And then we've got Space. So that is the chorus rate and the feedback mix. So we're down here, we're in the chorus and the feedback. And I've got the panning mapped to CC10, so I can pan, and I've got the master volume on CC7. And then we've got Grit, which basically seems to put the phaser on. And we got the phaser rate. Pretty cool. So that is your 4 XY effects. So like I said, they are quite cool. So yeah, so that is that's the basses, and then like I said, we could go through. You've got Bluish Monday. It would be quite good to have been able to filter by synth. You get an idea. Obviously, that one says CS-80. But you have no idea what actual synth they're using for a lot of the patches, and you might specifically want to use like the Oberheim or the Synclavier or whatever else, the Minimoog, and sometimes it does give you an idea. Like, see, we've got mini bass there, and you know, and then OBX. So we could close all and discard those, and we'll load in the OBX, and we'll just see how long it takes to load. Right. So there we go. So that's it coming up, tell me I need to download those 4 samples. So if I click on download, you'll see up here, this is how long it's going to take to download those. And I've got quick load ticked, so you can actually, if you've got quick load clicked, you can actually play it a bit before. So you can see there's a lot of more coming up to download. So yeah, I mean, that is, yeah, that's just for one preset. So you can see how long it's taken. And I've got ridiculously fast broadband now. I upgraded from a crappy 70 meg. So I'm now on Virgin, and I've got 350 meg download speed. So you can see how long this is taking. And that's just for one. So this whole thing, if you downloaded the whole thing, you're talking about nearly 140 gigabyte, which is just like ridiculous. I haven't got space to download that. That's just for one instrument. So has it been worth the wait? Let's just see. Not really, no. Right, let's switch the ARP on. So that is some basses. We've got keys. Right, and I've downloaded foundations. So I think this is Synclavier. That's the module. Let's put some space on. That's the module. So we're kind of getting a bit of a rotor effect. Yeah, it's quite nice. 38 of those, and you've got things like strings and stabs and whatever. So leads, we've got 99, and then we've got Beverly Hills Cop lead, Billy Stack 1, trumpet, birds and the blinding lead. So I've downloaded the blinding lead, but I can't remember the actual notes. I can't remember. It goes something like that. I should really know because I've listened to it a million times. I'm a huge The Weeknd fan. So we've got some Blue Monday stuff. Colder Than Ice, so that's Foreigner. Darkness Rising, I don't know, Daybreak, Do You Want Me? From Human League, that is. And yeah, so it gives you a clue to some of them. There's Oberheim's, so like I said, so there's the OBX jump split, and then there's the jump unison. So if you want to do a bit of Van Halen. And then organs, there's a few clavs. And then pads, we'll go back to the pads, and then plucks. I've downloaded one, plucked in space, so we'll close those. And we put the ARP on. put on some more space. Which has made sod all difference. Right, so that didn't really work. Right, put Dream on instead. See if we can. That's better. So we'll take the octaves down to 2 and take up to 16th. And we could randomize that. And then we've got polys, and there's 66 of those. Don't Stop Believing, probably Don't Stop Believing, I would imagine, but everything she needs. Hyper Sleep. Synth effects as well. Let's get back to pads. This is Andromeda, and it has chords on a pad. So go on play mode. So we could put stutter on. Nice. This is Cloudfall. So we should really put some bass on this one. Or Dream. Which is some more reverb. So it has some lovely pads. Because obviously I'm not really interested in creating versions of 80s classics, which is kind of what this is designed for, but I do like my pads. We've got Cortana, straight out of Halo. So we could put some Dream on. Or Grit, let's strip the phaser on. Maybe not. Better. So the mod wheel's just in the cutoff. Ton of pads. I mean, there's 140, which is the biggest number of presets. So we've got all sorts of things like Do You Want Me, Find My Way, Girl Like You, Horns in the Deep. I Can't Go For This, which is the Hall & Oates, Living on a Prayer. Love Is a Battlefield. So yeah, there's a whole lot of classics, and then we've got a whole lot of Prophets, and what else? See what Shimmer's like. This is probably going to be the last one. Right, oh, we've got 3. We've got a pad, strings, and a split. Get in. Right. Very nice. That is more than enough for today, and this has gone on far too long. That is a quick look at ICONIC, because as I said, there are an absolute ton of presets, and I haven't even got to the bottom of the pads yet. So hopefully I might kind of do another just no talking demo of this, because like I said, I haven't had a chance to go through every single pad yet. So as usual, if you are enjoying these videos, please remember to like, subscribe, share and comment, and I will see you in the next one.